Yeah, it's a pleasure to me to talk about another module of our result assessment tool, and the module is called the SEO classifier, and it's a classifier to find out whether websites use search engine optimization methods on their page or not. And here you see what I'm going to talk about today. And first of all, I want to talk about the relevance of search engine optimization, also to introduce you to the topic and to show why it's important to us to find out if websites use SEO or not. Then I will talk about our approach to identify SEO indicators, and then I will show how we use the SEO indicators to classify search engine optimization by using our result assessment tool. And then I will talk about how we used our SEO classifier on 3 data sets. So just some results from a study we did to evaluate our approach, and then I will talk about a conclusion and the potential of our approach, just to show how you could use our classifier maybe for your research. So, relevance of search engine optimization. Here is a short definition of a search engine optimization, just to give you all the same idea about it and what it is about. And well, it can be defined as the practice of optimizing web pages in a way that improves their ranking in the organic search results. And why is that important to use search engine optimization? Here you can see different stakeholder groups and how they influence a search engine result page. And in the end, it's about that content providers have just need to get a good position and a high position on search engine result pages to gain traffic to their content they provide to their services and to their products. And so search engines are maybe the most important access to get to the content of the providers. And what you can see also here is that search engine providers like Google and Microsoft and also users have an influence on the search engine result page, but the biggest influence comes from advertisement. And one method to do it is paid search marketing, like booking text advertising on search engine result pages to get a better visibility, and also search engine optimization. And also, it's important to say that the SEO industry is worth an incredible 100 billion. It's still growing, so there's a lot of interest to use search engine optimization to get better positions on search engine result pages to get the traffic you need. So, and why is this important to us? It's important to find out if there's some kind of manipulation going on search engine result pages and how content providers build on their content and using SEO to get a better position. So now we'll talk about our approach to identify so-called SEO indicators. And if you don't have an idea about SEO indicators, here is another definition. SEO indicators are technical and content-based indicators that should be optimized for better ranking of a website for a given search query. It's also pretty abstract to see it this way, and you will see some examples of such indicators later on, but it's important to know about that there are indicators you have to meet, or criteria you have to meet to get a good position in ranking. And also, well, ranking algorithms are usually not public, so you don't know what Google and Microsoft and other search engine providers look at to do their ranking. So here, SEO experts, they have found out some SEO indicators you should meet for search engine optimization, and there are also guides provided by Google and the other search engines here, so-called SEO starter guide, so to give you an idea if you're a content provider, how to get a good position on a SERP, so how to optimize your content. And well, our approach to find these indicators and how to classify the web pages are shown here. You can see 3 steps. And the first step is that we fetch the URL, the content from the URL, by extracting the HTML code and also extracting metadata like the main domain, robots.txt content, and the page speed. And at the second step, we identify tools and plugins in the source code. So there are tools and plugins available to support your search engine optimization. And we also we have a list with these tools and plugins, and we just match if some stuff from the list matches with the, or we could find some from this list in a source code. And we also have some approaches to analyze indicators for SEO on the technical level, like we saw it here before, measuring the page speed. And we also do typical stuff here, like checking for keyword density and the use of keywords in the content of a website. And the last thing we do is that we use lists with labeled URLs. This list contain of some SEO agency customers and also some highly commercial URLs. And we also labeled them before when the page is very commercial or it's a customer of an SEO agency. We say it's highly probably SEO optimized. So we have different lists here. And in the last step, we determine the probability of search engine optimization using these indicators and doing some calculations based on them. And here you see a table with some of our SEO indicators. And here are what I said before, tools and plugins, SEO tools, analytics tools, and also the URL lists we use to match the URL with the URLs from this list. And here are what I said before, SEO customers, news websites, and so on. And also you can see indicators of SEO. Example like is HTTPS used on the URL, or do they have a sitemap there, and is a viewport defined, and so on. So some more technical stuff. And well, when we have all these indicators collected, we use two approaches to classify the web page. And one approach is a rule-based method, and we have 4 classes here: definitely optimized, probably not optimized, and definitely not optimized. And we have rules defined like it's definitely optimized when it's on a list with SEO customers, and it's definitely not optimized if it's a Wikipedia link, because it's the only source we defined as not optimized, because on Wikipedia there's no search and optimization going on. And well, and all in between, probably optimized and probably not optimized, are based on more sophisticated rules, like probably not optimized. We say it's probably not optimized if a website has no title and no description, and it's probably optimized if it has a certain page speed, for example. And we also defined or also use a decision tree with the same classes because it's a more sophisticated machine learning approach to do it. And so a big advantage from RED is that you can define any kind of classifier in it to classify the content you scrape. And so you have just to have in mind that you can just use some of this or just these data, because this is what we can offer in RED. And it's so that we store the URL of a page, the main URL, the position in search and in ranking, the title, description, IP address, source code, screenshot, and search query. And I can imagine that if you do some content-based classification, the source code will maybe be the most important here. So if you have any idea for a classifier and you say, okay, these data are very good to apply this classification, so just contact us and we will find a way to build a classifier and in RED. So here an example of our SEO classifier to 3 data sets. You can see here 3 data sets we used in the study to find out how much SEO is going on different topics on the websites we scraped here. And one data set was Google Trends. We just monitored Google Trends for a certain time and collected the search queries from there, just to have a more diverse data set. And the other data sets are more specialized, more on the topic. So here you can see Radical Right, queries provided by the Medienanstalt Hamburg-Schleswig-Holstein. It was in collaboration with them, and these terms are more, very radical terms and Nazi terms, and so we wanted to find out how much SEO is going on such pages. And the last data set was about Corona, COVID, and so Microsoft just offered top queries from Germany or from other countries related to this topic, as it was very current. So, and we used our SEO classifier just to try out or to find out if there are any differences. And as you can see, there are differences. So on the Google Trends dataset, you can also see here how many websites we classified to a dataset. And Google Trends was more content was optimized there, which is no big surprise because you also have a lot of news stuff when you look at Google Trends because of current topics, and so there are more news providers which are almost always SEO use SEO, and on the other data sets you can see coronavirus and Radical that there are not as many definitely optimized content here. But you can explain it coronavirus because on the search and result pages, Google and other search engines just gave some public authorities more credibility and ranked them higher, even if they don't use any SEO. And here at Radical Right, you can also see that there's more content available, but it's probably not optimized because it's very specialized at some points. And if you look at the quality of such web pages, you can imagine that there is no SEO going on. So at a total, we found out, which was not such a big surprise, that most stuff is SEO optimized or probably optimized, and probably optimized is also a smaller number. And we also looked up to position 130. We calculated a SEO score here just to see if we can see here any differences. And well, not a big surprise if you look at the first 10 positions. That's the top 10 positions. Google Trends, you have more content with SEO at the top position, and it just goes down as you look further to the position up to 130. And if you look at Radical Right and coronavirus, it's maybe interesting to see that at coronavirus it's very stable, but well, not so much difference, but maybe so you can see a trend here. The summary of the results from our study is just that a large degree of pages are being optimized on a certain results page. Not a big surprise here, and we have no huge differences. And yeah, in the end, users will be confronted with a high number of SEO optimized documents, even if they are willing to consider a large number of results, which means they look at other positions too. But in the end, and also what we found out is that almost all content is in a way search engine optimized. If you have a good website or use a CMS like WordPress or stuff like that, has so much SEO all already available. So to conclude the talk, well, what I wanted to show you here is that using RED in combination with a classifier is a very good connection. You can just scrape a lot of web content and classify it at your needs. You can use your own classifier with little effort because the data is already available. And what we also offer is a template to create your own classifier. So you can always combine it. And here is just an example how you will have to define some indicators based on the data available and just write it back to the database. And it can help you to classify web content to any topic you want. And as I said before, if you have any idea for a classifier, just contact us and we will find a way to implement it. Thank you for your attention.